What's up, guys? It's your favorite Roman dictator. Welcome to The Evolution of Trust. This is another game by Nicky Case. Also, funny enough, 30-minute playtime as well. Sensing a pattern. But I didn't turn on my mouse for this as well. I mean, I guess I don't really need it for this either, but whatever. During World War I, peace broke out. It was Christmas 1914 on the Western Front. Despite strict orders not to chillax with the enemy, British and German soldiers left their trenches, crossed no man's land, and gathered to bury their dead, exchange gifts, and play games. Meanwhile, it's 2017. The West has been at peace for decades, and wow, we suck at trust. Surveys show over the past 40 years, fewer and fewer people say that they trust each other. So here's our puzzle. Why, even in peacetime, do friends become enemies? And why, even in wartime, do enemies become friends? I think game theory can help us explain our epidemic of distrust and how we can fix it. So, to understand all this, let's play a game. This basically shows you what this game is about. Now, I've played this game, and I know every right answer, and I know every wrong answer, so, again, not going to be very interesting when it comes to my options, but if you just want to see a showcase of the game, this is your playthrough. Anyway, the game of trust. You have one choice. In front of you is a machine. If you put a coin in the machine, the other player gets 3 coins, and vice versa. You both can either choose to cooperate, put in a coin, or cheat, don't put in a coin. Let's say the other player cheats and doesn't put in a coin. What should you do? We should cheat. Exactly. Why let that moocher mooch off you? If you cooperate and they cheat, you lose a coin while they gain 3. Score -1 versus +3. However, if you both cheat, then neither you gain or lose anything, so it's 0-0. Therefore, you should cheat. But let's say the other player cooperates and puts in a coin. What should you do now? We should cheat. Wow, that's mean, and also the correct answer. Because if you both cooperate, you both give up a coin to gain 3. Score 2 +2 versus +2. But if you cheat and they cooperate, you gain 3 coins at their cost of 1. Therefore, you should still cheat. And that's our dilemma. Trust is nice, but it can let others take advantage of you. I can't speak fast. That's the point of this. I can speak faster after this, right? That's how that works. Anyway, or shoot you as you come unarmed out of a trench. Sometimes distrust is rational. But now, what happens if we played this game more than once? Let's play for real. Java update. I will never do this. I'll never update Java. Now let's play for real. You'll be playing against 5 different opponents, each with their own game strategy. With each opponent, you'll play anywhere between 3 to 7 rounds. You won't know in advance when the last round is, except you can. And I know when every round ends, and I know how to get the most points possible. Just kidding, I can't actually. Can you trust them, or rather, can they trust you? So in the best case scenario, for the best case scenario for you, you can get up to 49 points according to the game. I can only get 47, and I have no idea how on earth you're supposed to get the other 2 points. But I can get the least amount of points, so I'll remember this little dot, and we'll come back to it. Actually, I'll just do them both. So we're going to start off with how to get the most points. We're going to cooperate. Cooperate. Or at least the most points I can get. I'm going to cooperate. Cooperate. And cheat. There we go. Next, we cheat. 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 Just like men in the military. I wouldn't know, because I'm not in the military. Then we cheat. Cheat again. Then again. Then again. Then we cooperate. 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 And then cheat. Now we cooperate. Cheat. cooperate, cooperate, then cooperate, then cheat, I'm pretty sure. Oh. Well, I miscounted. So, that's the last round. Well, I got 45. Normally I could get 47, I think. However, what if we tried it again? Now we're gonna get the lowest amount of points, which should be to cheat. If I remember correctly, it would be cheat, then we cooperate, then we cheat, then we cooperate, then I think we cooperate again, then we cooperate, 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 and then we cooperate because this is our only option. Cooperate, 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 and then we cheat, and cooperate, then cooperate, cooperate, and then cooperate. Then for this, we cooperate, 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 then cooperate, then cooperate, and then cooperate. Which, evidently, I didn't get the highest score, so I don't know. I got 11, which could be worse. Thank you. Anyway, so there's Copycat. He copies whatever move you did in the last round with starting with cooperate. Always cheat. It's in the name. Always cooperate. Hard. Grudger, if you cheat, he cheats forever. And Detective, I'll just read. First, I analyze you. I start, cooperate, cheat, cooperate, cooperate. If you cheat back, I'll act like Copycat. If you never cheat back, I'll act like always cheat to exploit you. Elementary, my dear Watson. Now, what if these characters were to play against each other? It's tournament time. Each character will now play against every other character. That's 10 paired matches, and 10 rounds per match. Who do you think will get the highest total score? Think carefully about it, and then place your bets. Okay, so the highest total score should be Copycat if I remember correctly. First match, -3 to 1. It gets better, I swear. Oh, by the way, 19. You may be skeptical about that Christmas truce story about the World War I trenches. Surely that was a fluke. Yes, the truce was dramatic, but it was neither unique nor unusual. Not every trench joined in the peace, but it was pretty widespread. Many front lines came up with the idea independently, and again, despite specific strict orders not to. And in fact, even before Christmas, several front lines had already established an unofficial secret peace. They called it the live and let live system. Basically, you don't shoot me, I don't shoot you, and this worked in a lot of places. Who would have guessed? You may still be skeptical. Most soldiers don't spontaneously form peace with the enemy. What is so special about trench warfare? Couldn't imagine. Well, here's what's unique about trenches. Unlike almost every other form of war, you have to face the same specific soldiers every day. If only there was a Christmas truce during the Iraq-Iran war, which was also trench warfare, but I don't know, maybe because it was modern, people didn't want to make friends. Or maybe it's because they would get shot otherwise. Because Iraq and Iran is very different than Britain and France, even if it was 1914 when that happened. It's a repeated game, and that all And that makes all the difference. I can't read. Why'd I pick a game with so much text? If I can't read, evidently. Anyway, the winner is... Copycat. Congrats, you placed your bet on the right horse. If only horse races were this easy. Copycat goes by many names. The Golden Rule, Reciprocal Altruism. I don't know why I struggle with that so much. Tit for tat, or Live and Let Live. That's why peace could emerge in the trenches of World War I, when you're forced to play the same game with the same specific people, not just the same energetic enemy. Oh, not the same generic enemy. I'm really good at this. Over and over again, Copycat doesn't just win the battle, it wins the war. But if things change... But if things change a lot when you play multiple rounds of the game, what if we play multiple tournaments? Now let's let our population of players evolve over time. It's a 3-step dance. Losers reproduce winners. Yeah, so as you can see, this poor pink hat-wearing person is now in a bit of a dire situation. And repeat for as long as you'd like. Yeah. Okay. So we start with the following population of players. 15 always cooperate, 15 always cheat, and 15 copycats. We'll ignore Grudger and Detective for now. We're going to do the tournament eliminate process. Dance a dozen times, so again, let's make another bet. Who do you think will win the first tournament? Place your bets again. Who will win the first tournament will be... Wait, first tournament. If it means the first round, then it would be always cheat. However, when it means the entire tournament, then it would be Copycat. Makes sense, Copycat won last tournament, why not again? Let's see if you're correct. Play tournament. Eliminate bottom 5, reproduce top 5. Alas, Copycat did not win, but at least they did not lose as bad as always cooperate. They got eaten up by always cheat. These numbers have increased now by 5, but let's try a few more rounds of this. Always cheat is growing at the expense of always cooperate. And now, all the always cooperates are dead. Well, no, they just switched hats, technically. But wait. That's right, the always cheats became a victim of their own success. They exploit the naive always cooperates. But once they ran out of them, they had to face the copycats who are nice but not naive. Oh, and look at them now, losing. By simply copying the other player's moves, Copycat can play nice with each other, while always cheat just cheats themselves. Not only that, but it also means Copycat can give always cheat a taste of their own medicine. And so, as a result, Copycat inherits the Earth. So in the long run, you were right. Copycat wins. Always cheat may have won the short run, but its exploitiveness was its downfall. This reminds me of a quote. We are punished by our sins, not for them. Albert Hubbard, whoever that is, I don't know them. The result is similar even if we put Grudger and Detective back in. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. Sometimes Grudger stays in, but it didn't this time. This results in similar, even if process. We don't need it anymore. There we go. Now they all have 500. Now, sometimes a few Grudgers may stick around because when all players except Grudger and Copycat are eliminated, the two tie. So it seems the math of the game. It seems the math of game theory is telling us something that Copycat's philosophy, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, may not be just a moral truth, but also a mathematical truth. However, there's a problem. Look around. The world is full of total jerkwads. If Copycat is the strategy in this repeated game of trust that's so powerful that even soldiers in World War I trenches independently evolved a similar strategy called Live and Let Live, why then are there so many untrusting, untrustworthy people, which causing our epidemic of untrust? A clue in that sentence in itself. In this repeated game of trust, so far we've only talked about change in the players. What about a change in the game? What could lead us to the evolution of distrust? Before everything goes to heck, let's start with something nice. Here is a world filled entirely with cooperates, except for one always cheat and one what? Copycat. I can't even do this. It's pretty good in the afternoon. I don't know why I just can't read. Use the buttons on the right to start the sim. Go through it step by step, or reset it. Let's start. Yeah, Copycat, I swear, I can't read. As you already know, Copycat wins handily in the long run under certain rules. That's under our current rules. That's under our current rules. I say that players against each other for 10 rounds per match. Does Copycat still win at 7 rounds, 5 rounds, 3, 2, 1? Well, let's try. Let's go to 7. Let's start and see. Yes, Copycat will win. Okay. Now then, let's go to 5. Let's start. Copycat should also win this one. No, it didn't actually. Hang on a minute. Would have assumed it would have. No, I guess not. I guess there's not enough rounds for it to win. What about 3? I have a feeling it's going to be a similar rule. Yeah. How about 1? Oh, Copycat just immediately lost. Okay, well that's... How about 20? Yeah. Okay, well, let's continue. Stop that now. As you saw, if you don't play enough rounds, here, 5 or less, always cheat dominates. In 1985, when Americans were asked how many close friends they had, the most common answer was 3. In 2004, the most common answer was 0. We now have fewer friends across class, racial, economic, and political lines. Isn't class and economic the same thing in this situation? I don't know, I guess class doesn't necessarily have to be economic class. Class can also be based on status. Although I don't know how many school children are friends with the president, but I don't know. Because we have fewer friends, period, and as you just discovered for yourself, the fewer repeat interactions there are, the more distrust will spread. No mass media doesn't count. It must be two-way interactions between specific individuals. Oh, it gets worse. Another way to breed distrust. Here are the payoffs for the trust game. With normal payoffs, Copycat wins, but now changes both cooperate reward from 2 to 1 and then click start, even though +1 is still more than punishment for both cheating. 0, what happens? Although technically, if we change this to +1, then that would mean the cheat should also be just +2. We're gonna do what they said first. So in this situation, Copycat will probably lose. And what do you know, they did. But what if we move this down? That also keeps the same. Now what if... this very unmathematical situation happened? Oh my gosh, everyone just cooperates. Who would have guessed? With the normal... Cat wins. Oh, okay, now we can continue. The same thing happens with a lower win-win reward. Always cheat takes over. Game 3 has 2 powerful ideas about this. Zero-sum game. This is sadly common belief that the gain for us must come at a loss to them, and vice versa. Non-zero-sum game. This is when people make a hard effort to create a win-win solution, or at least avoid a lose-lose. Without the non-zero-sum game, trust cannot evolve. Oh wait, without the non-zero-sum. Trust cannot evolve. Speaking of which, let's now take a look at our third and final barrier, the evolution of trust, with our mistakes. It's funny. Mistakes. As cool as Copycat is, it has a huge fatal weakness. I haven't mentioned it yet. To understand the problem, let's say 2 Copycats are playing against each other. Being nice players, both of their first moves will be cooperate. And normally, they just pay back each other's kindness and sing Kumbaya until the end of time. But what if we tried to... Wait, hang on. What if while we're trying to reciprocate goodness, We had a concussion. Oh no! Mistakes, miscommunication, misinterpretations, accidents happen all the time in real life. But if the other person doesn't think it was an accident, the other player, oh no, ×2. The other player, being a copycat, had to retaliate. But do they really though? Like, I mean, if I was in the situation, I would understand them doing that. So I would just cooperate again, but I don't know. I guess I'm apparently not in this denomination. And you being a copycat... Oh wait, I already read that, I think. Thus, like the Hattonfields and McCoys, these two copycats will spiral into an endless cycle of vengeance that started over a single mistake long ago. Tragic. But now... Are there other types of players who can deal with mistakes? There are. Random, obviously, he does it best. Look at that smile. Or, it's more like a V, if anything. I think he's the only one that has a face, now that I think about it. Just on the default thing. Let's meet some new faces, or new hats. Copy Kitten. Hello, I'm like Copycat, except I cheat back only after you cheat me twice in a row. After all, the first one could be a mistake. I can't purr. With a nice pink fez hat instead of the Copycat's blue one. Neither of which are actual colors of fez hats. Simpleton. This one, despite the name, is kind of hard to understand. So, I tried to start cooperate. If you cooperate back, I do same thing as last move, even if it's a mistake. If you cheat back, I do opposite thing as last move, even if it's a mistake. So basically, he just rules out if it's a mistake. So if you both cooperate, he'll cooperate again. If you cheat and he's cooperating, he'll now start cheating. And if you cheat while he's cheating, then he'll start cooperating. And it doesn't matter if it's a mistake, he'll always do this. Which means I don't know, has a propeller hat, which means he's cool. Monkey, Robot, Ninja, Pizza, Tacos. Well, I'm so random. 50-50 chance, because we needed to balance out the game. And by we, I mean the developer, because I didn't make this. Okay, let's start with the dozen always cooperates versus our older winner, the fair Copycat. And our three new characters, the forgiving Copy Kitten, the dull Simpleton, and the silly Random. In each round of a match, players will have a small chance of making a mistake, let's say 5%. Who do you think will come out on top? Think carefully and place your bets. Now, I already know the answer, so you can place your bets in the comments right now. You done? I don't know why I'm waiting. No one's gonna comment anyways. No one ever comments about these things when I say go and comment about it. They never do. So sad. But no. Anyway. I already know the answer. Yeah, assuming I remember the answer. Alright. You bet Simpleton wins. Let's find out. Use the controls on your left to start the sim in quick mode. Or go through it step by step. Oh, let's see. Oh my gosh. The Simpletons have won. Amazing. It's almost like I've played this before and seen people play this before. Alright, you bet Simpleton wins. Oh wait, I'd rather. You were correct, Simpleton wins. This is because Simpleton is actually capable of exploding always cooperate. They both start cooperating, but if Simpleton makes a mistake and cheats, since always cooperate never retaliates, it'll keep cheating them. Let's try. Same before, but instead of half always cooperate, it's half always cheat. It's a much less forgiving, more hostile environment. Who do you think will win now? Place your bets. You can place it in a comment as well. You done? That's nice. Good job for commenting. You didn't comment, I know that, but I can still feel like you commented. Anyway, I'm gonna bet on the right horse. You bet on Copy Kitten again. Let's go through the simulation. Let's start. And oh my gosh, you were right on the money. Copy Kitten wins this time, and that's surprising that even with the understanding population, Copy Kitten is a more forgiving version of Copycat, which is the most successful. Note, Copy Kitten is so forgiving, it doesn't even entirely wipe out Copycat, it shares room. You're right, although, after some point in time, an infinite amount, technically Copycat might lose, or Copycat might win. It's just more likely that it'll stay like this. I think, at least. Because it's very unlikely that all the Oh, I got pretty close then. In this case, a bit of miscommunication, 5% chance. But could lead to more forgiveness. This is true for all levels of miscommunication. Okay, we're gonna use this slider. Okay, at 5%, Copycat wins, but what happens at 0%, or 20%, or 50%? It only goes up to 50 because at that point it's a coin flip, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna do what they said. We're gonna do 0% first. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Copycat wins. And it's so nice it leaves Copycat as well. Wow. They're just so nice. Now, what if it's at 20%? Start. Oh, always cheat wins. Amazing. And then 50. Stop. And everyone stays in because it's a 50-50 chance, so I mean, I find that kind of cool. Okay, well, this gets pretty close, but I think pretty much everyone's safe. The results turn out something like this. At 0%, the fair Copycat wins. At 1 to 9, the forgiving Copykitten wins. And at 10 to 49, the unfair, unforgiving, always cheat wins. At 50%, nobody ever wins. I don't know, it looks like Simpleton kind of won to me. Although Copykitten's kind of, I don't know. Although I guess it doesn't really matter, because technically, after an infinite amount of time, all of them can technically win. This is why miscommunication is such an interesting barrier to trust. A little bit of it leads to forgiveness, but too much, and it leads to widespread distrust. I think our modern media technology, as much as it helped us increase communication, it has increased our miscommunication much more. At last, let's experiment with all the numbers and all the knobs and sliders. Let's play in the sandbox mode. I wonder who will win now. No, we hate them. We're gonna do that. Payoffs. And the rules, and play 50 rounds. No one makes mistakes ever. And let's start. Oh my gosh, they make 6,000 points. No, sandbox mode is totally optional. Feel free to skip it. I didn't really skip it, but I'm not gonna really spend much time there. Game 3 has shown us the 3 things we need for the evolution of trust. Repeat interactions, possible win-wins, low miscommunication. You can read this if you want by pausing the video, or playing the game yourself. The biggest lesson, if there's one big takeaway from all of game theory, is this. What the game is defines what the players do. Our problem today isn't that people are losing trust, it's that our environment acts against the evolution of trust. What may seem cynical or naive, that we're merely products of our environment, but as game theory reminds us, we are each other's environment. In the short run, the game defines the players, but in the long run, the players define the game. So, do what you can do to create the conditions necessary to evolve trust, build relationships, find win-wins, communicate clearly. Maybe then we can stop firing at each other and get out of our own trenches, cross no man's land and come together, and all learn to live and let live. A Christmas Truce Between Opposing Trenches, illustrated by A.C. Michael, published in the Illustration London News, January 9th, 1915. Oh my gosh. Yes, 2015. This is 2015, obviously. Hard. Created by Nicky Case. Amazing. What a great game. P.S. Want more learning by playing? Check out Explorable Expansions. You can do that if you want. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you liked it, then like it. If you dislike it, then, well, there's no point in disliking videos anymore, but you can leave a comment saying why you didn't like it, and then I'll probably reply with a sad emoticon. I don't know. And subscribe if you really liked it, and really like me. So anyway, goodbye.